I'm gonna run, run, run.
Hey there, friends. It's your Bad Couch Guru, Lynn Lindbergh, and today we are going to yoga. This is Yoga 101 for the friends out there of mine who have never been to a yoga class, haven't been to one in a really long time, are wondering what the heck is yoga? I mean, I see these things. There's Hatha yoga, there's Vinyasa yoga, there's like LMNOPQ yoga. I don't know. I just made that up. But it just seems like there's a million kinds of yoga out there. So this is the one that I call regular yoga. And you're like, what? Regular yoga. Essentially, regular yoga is pretty much any and every yoga class. I don't care what they call it. If it's any kind of a yoga class that's not hot yoga or not like a chair yoga, we talked about that a couple weeks ago, or not like a sustainable yoga, which is, we'll talk about that tomorrow. How do you find out what they are? You go, I know, our good old friend Google yoga classes near me, find the class schedule, find the description. And I got to tell you, sorry, I have so many yogi friends out there, and I have all the respect in the world, mostly, sort of. But y'all have these really, really confusing descriptions of your yoga classes. You're like, this is the Hatha yoga class where we do, more sustained poses and repetitions. And this is the Vinyasa yoga class, which comes out of the Eastern blah, 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 where we do more longer poses and more conditioning poses. And seriously, I've taken them all from all y'all, and they're all the same. I mean, y'all, we're on our hands, we're on our feet, we're on our back, we're on our side, we're holding our hand in the air. I mean, as somebody told me, what did they say? Yoga is like karate, but really, really slow. No. So if you've never done yoga before, this is what you do. First of all, if they have a beginner class, sign up for one of those, and tomorrow I'll talk about the beginner classes. I call them old people yoga. Sign up for any old class. If you have a yoga mat, bring one. If you don't, the studio will probably have one you can borrow for your first time. Show up in anything comfortable. People usually wear yoga pants. Men usually wear longer shorts. Usually a shirt that won't come up to your armpits, or that you can tuck in so it won't come up to your armpits if your high knee is above your feet. And then come in with an open mind and really don't worry a bit about whether or not you can do all of it or any of it. Because the whole thing about yoga practice is a big piece of it is also meant to be stress reduction and meant to be finding a more peaceful place in a centered mind. So you'll usually, this is a stereotype, this is not true for everybody, but you'll usually find a yoga studio to be very welcoming and very forgiving. And so go there, find a spot if you're new, find a spot in the back of the room. I mean, there is nothing wrong with getting there early and claiming your spot in the back or claiming your spot by the door. And there is nothing wrong with getting up and leaving partway through class if you want to. And then once the class starts, usually nobody talks at all, except the instructor, of course. Just do your best to follow and do what you can do. That's it. It's really that simple. And if there's something you can't do, either sit it out or do something that makes it easier for you. And really don't stress about whether you did all of it or half of it or a third of it. They're just glad you're there. Really, truly, they're glad you're there. Nobody's scowling at you. Nobody's looking at you weird. That usually just comes from yourself, not from others. And if somebody else is, that's just coming from them, right? That's not you. So, Yoga 101, what do you need? You need the ability to be bare feet. Bring a mat if you have one, or borrow one from the studio. Come with an open mind. Come early. Steal the spot in the back. Don't be afraid to leave partway through class if you need to. And keep an open mind. And remember, not all yoga studios or classes are made alike. And so if you try your very first yoga class and you have a horrible experience, that doesn't really mean anything. It's okay. You can go back and try again, or try a different instructor, or try a different studio, because different studios do have different vibes. And some studios, some yoga studios are more serious, or some yoga studios are more laid back, or more athletic. And so it might take a while for you to be able to figure out which one is right for you. And sometimes the website, yoga instructors aren't web developers. So a lot of times the websites don't really tell you much about what the studio's really like inside. So good luck to you today. If you've been thinking at all about a yoga class, Google yoga studios near me, look up the class schedules, give one a try. Let me know how it goes. Bye-bye. Exercise should not be dreadful, but getting off the couch, we know, is the hardest exercise of all. Did you know that Couch to Active has an app? It's the easiest way to keep track of and follow the Couch to Active podcast. So head on over to your app store, and it doesn't matter whether you're on an iPhone, a tablet, or an Android device. Search for Couch to Active, that's T-O Active. Download the app and check it out. Bye-bye now.